What's up, everybody? Welcome to In Place News and our top headlines in under 10 minutes right here on YouTube.com. I'm Nar Williams. It's February 6th, 2008, and the results from Super Tuesday are in. John Bring the Pain McCain is in a super great mood after yesterday's primaries and caucuses. He did even better than expected and is now the clear Republican frontrunner. Mike Huckabee took the wind out of Romney's sails, winning 4 states. That's right, a candidate who doesn't believe in evolution won 4 states. McCain worked multiple states yesterday, and it paid off.
A last-minute coast-to-coast campaign trip for John McCain. The day began early in New York, then a flight to San Diego in what could be the most critical state in the race, California, before finally onto his home state of Arizona. On the ground in Phoenix, McCain said he was cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, I've always felt confident, but I'm very superstitious.
Early on, returns looked good for McCain, and the trend continued through the night at a lively party filled with supporters.
I've never minded the role of the underdog, and have relished as much as anyone come from behind wins. Tonight, I think we must get used to the idea that we are the Republican Party frontrunner for the nomination.
Despite the numerous wins, McCain struggled with conservative Republicans who largely went with Mitt Romney and Mike Huckabee. Because of that, he tailored part of his speech to those voters.
I will work hard to ensure that the conservative philosophy and principles of our great party, principles that have done so well by the country we love, will again win the votes of a majority of the American people.
Watching the numbers come in was enough to put a smile on the faces of McCain's supporters.
He's on his way to the White House, there's no doubt about it.
Seeing a candidate that I'm voting for actually winning, it's just amazing. I love it.
So a Super Tuesday for John McCain, if not better than expected, certainly as good as expected. McCain won all of the races he was supposed to and is now the clear frontrunner for the Republican nomination. Rich Matthews, The Associated Press, Phoenix.
The Democrats didn't quite have a clear winner between Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, but Hillary did pull further ahead after scooping up most of the California delegates.
On an important but not decisive Super Tuesday, Hillary Clinton greeted supporters in New York even before the polls closed in the key state of California. Clinton was ready to tally up her victories.
People in America, Samoa, Arkansas, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and the great state of New York.
Clinton spent the day in her home state, hitting the elementary school polling place in her adopted hometown with her husband. Her surrogate spent the day keeping expectations low and hopes high.
What do you think these chances are?
Who knows? Let's wait and see this will come out. I feel good.
California, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Arizona among the states in Clinton's win column. But for each state she claimed, her rival claimed one of his own, and the two were almost equally dividing the rich delegate pool.
I also want to congratulate Senator Obama for his victories tonight, and I look forward to continuing our campaign and our debates.
Clinton's election night speech focused little on her Democratic rival. Instead, the supportive crowd cheered the loudest when she lashed out at the Bush administration.
The Republicans want 8 more years of the same. They see tax cuts for the wealthy, and they say, why not more? They see $9 trillion in debt, say, why not trillions more? They see 5 years in Iraq and say, why not 100 more? Well, they've got until January 20th, 2009, and not 1 day more.
Now the battle for the Democratic nomination moves beyond much-hyped Super Tuesday. How much of the fight is left? Clinton strategists are said to be focusing on voters in Ohio, Texas, and Pennsylvania, who go to the polls in March and April. Jason Bronis, The Associated Press, New York.
Developments in what we're calling torture-gate around here. For the first time, the Bush administration has publicly acknowledged torturing people. Waterboarding was used on 3 terror suspects. Senate Democrats are demanding a criminal investigation. The Bush administration doesn't consider drowning someone as torture so long as they don't die, I guess.
Let me make it very clear and to state so officially in front of this committee that waterboarding has been used on only 3 detainees. It was used on Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, it was used on Abu Zubaydah, and it was used on Nashiri. We used it against these 3 high-value detainees because of the circumstances of the time.
The Bush administration is weighing in on waterboarding. CIA Chief Michael Hayden told a Senate panel Tuesday the controversial interrogation technique has not been used in nearly 5 years. And one of the people it was used on was allegedly the mastermind behind the 9/11 attacks. Now, Senate Democrats are demanding government interrogators launch a criminal investigation into waterboarding. Just last week, the U.S. Attorney General refused to define it as torture. Critics disagree. Waterboarding involves pinning a subject down, covering his mouth, then pouring water over his face to make him feel like he's drowning. Hayden says the CIA will not rule out waterboarding as long as they have the consent of the President and the approval of the Attorney General. Brian Thomas, The Associated Press.
Maybe we should ask McCain if waterboarding is torture. I'm sure he has some thoughts on that. Now, it doesn't seem like a day goes by that we don't report on some extreme weather these days, and today is no different. Tornadoes have been hammering the South, leaving trails of death and destruction throughout 4 states. Search and rescue efforts are underway as the death toll climbs.
Trucks peeled open like tin cans litter Interstate 40 near Jackson, Tennessee. A tornado that ripped through the area late Tuesday flipped the trucks and scattered them along the roadway. Earl Watson was driving through when the storm hit.
Next thing you know, a tractor trailer picks up off the ground and flips in the air like somebody just tossed it. You know, and the next thing you know, I'm flipping around, feel like I'm on some kind of ride going 1,000 miles an hour.
None of the truck drivers died, but a man was killed in his car in Fayette County and 2 others died in Hardin County. Officials had no choice but to close the road for a short time, then direct traffic past the scene on the shoulder. All the while in town, rescuers were evacuating a nursing home that had been badly damaged.
99% of us were in one place, in a small area, and it sounded like a freight train coming down the hall.
All the residents made it through the storm safely with only a few minor scrapes, but the center, as you can see, was badly damaged. And at nearby Union University, officials were digging through what was left of the school's dorms, looking for students trapped when the buildings collapsed. All the students made it out, but there were some injuries. Storms passed through the area before the polls closed on Super Tuesday, and both Democratic candidates offered their thoughts.
I just want to send my condolences to the victims of the storms that hit Tennessee and Arkansas today. They are in our thoughts and in our prayers.
People have died in both states, and our thoughts and prayers go out to them.
Meanwhile, near Nashville, officials say the weather is probably to blame for a massive fire at a natural gas pumping station. Flames shot up to 500 feet into the air. The fire has now been contained. Judy Boysha, The Associated Press.
Those are your In-Place News top headlines for today, folks. If you want more, go to InPlaceNews.com. You can watch us on the web or download our desktop player. It's free, it's quick, it's easy, and you can watch live streaming news right on your computer all day long. Let's take a look at some more headlines with an AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. Super Tuesday opened up a decisive lead for Republican frontrunner John McCain. He now has 613 delegates, more than half of what's needed for the nomination. But Mitt Romney and Mike Huckabee say they're still in the race for the White House. Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton are virtually neck and neck in their presidential bid. The latest count from the Associated Press shows Clinton with 845 delegates, Obama with 765. It'll take 2,025 delegates to win the Democratic nomination this summer. Tornadoes ripped through the plains in the south, killing at least 48 people and injuring hundreds. Crews are going door to door searching debris for more victims. Gusty winds and rain ripped off roofs and pummeled buildings across 4 states. A 4-month-old kitten is a surfing phenomenon in Peru. Nicolasa, her trainer, says the hardest part is over now that she's gotten over her fear of water. Now he wants to prepare her for international competitions. Diane Kepley, The Associated Press with AP News Minute.
This is In Place News on YouTube. Thanks for watching.